Hello there, I'm Simon Rafe and welcome to Brown Bag Bible Study, the Bible study that you can do in your lunch break. Now, this is an introduction to Scripture, which will give you some information that you might not have known, and it will encourage you to read the Bible. But most importantly, it's presented in bite-sized pieces, which are perfect to fit in with our busy lifestyles today. Every week, I'm going to be concentrating on a small part of Scripture, either one of the 73 books of the Bible or a group of related books. And I'll bring you some interesting facts and information to help you better understand it. I'll also be including links to further reading, articles, books, and so forth, which will help you learn to love sacred Scripture even more. This week, the first book of Maccabees, so called because it focuses on the MACCABEES family, Judas Maccabeus and his brothers and nephew. The name Maccabeus means hammer, and was given to Judas because his attacks were like hammer blows. The rest of his family came to share the name as they fought in the rebellion. In what rebellion, you ask? Well, it happens like this. The book takes place about 1.5 centuries after the conquests of Alexander the Great, when his empire has fragmented. The Jews are part of the Seleucid Empire, which captures Jerusalem, plunders the sacred objects, sets up an idol in the temple, and proceeds to forbid circumcision, ownership of the Jewish scriptures, and observance of the Jewish laws. The emperor also requires Jews to sacrifice to idols and generally institutes a policy of forced Hellenization, or adoption of Greek culture. Needless to say, this doesn't go over well with the Jews. The three sons of Matthias, the Maccabees of the title, mount a full-scale military campaign, and the rebellion is on. The book follows the fortunes of the campaign, detailing the various battles, victories, defeats, and political maneuverings. First Maccabees is a dramatic and historical book. It is widely considered to be very accurate and a good report of the events that actually took place. The eventual victory of the Jewish people over the Greeks is the foundation of the Jewish festival of Hanukkah, although it is perhaps ironic that the Jews don't consider this book to be canonical, although they do consider it historical. The book is written to emphasize the heroism and bravery of the Jewish warriors and as an example and education to other Jews. The author admires the heroes of the rebellion for their valor and makes a great deal of uncompromising adherence to Jewish values. As Catholics, it can be difficult for us to understand and appreciate much of such a Jewish piece of work, but we should try to learn the value of sticking to our own principles and values even in the face of adversity and danger, as well as learning this very important piece of Jewish history. The Maccabean rebellion is a very important pillar in modern Israeli and Jewish identity, and understanding this ancient history can help us understand more modern history and contemporary events. That's all for this week. Read the first book of Maccabees and also take a look at the additional reading, which will help you understand the book more. Next week, the last of the historical books, the second book of Maccabees. Until then, I'm Simon Rafe, and God bless. To learn more about the place of Scripture in the lives of Catholic Christians, I urge you to read Pope Benedict's apostolic exhortation Verbum Domini. The Pope encourages all Catholics to read, learn, and love Scripture, and to understand its relation to the Church. A link to this exhortation is included in the reading materials for every episode of Brown Bag Bible Study. Just click the link over there.